The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by its host and guest on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. I express firmly I am here to have a fun time, and don't need anyone ruining it by being butthurt. Take your clapped cheeks somewhere else. I am not a professional, I just play one on the show. Thank you, and continue supporting. Deuces.
Ooh, I look good in this camera. Hello. Hello. Yo, 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 yo. I'm using natural light if you guys are watching the video, if you guys can't tell yet. And I like the natural light better. I don't like all the noise that transpires during the day, but I like the natural light way better. I'm in a good mood. Hopefully you guys are in some too. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of No Special Characters. Now, New York City. And you know what? In other places, I keep being biased and saying New York City. And every other place that watches us, from Florida to upstate to Virginia to Pennsylvania, overseas. Thank you guys for tuning in. I mess with you guys. I want to apologize to the people that watch this through YouTube. It is not me. It is YouTube taking the videos down overseas for you guys that do watch this. I apologize. The best way for you to intake this and actually hear this better would be through Spotify. This is not an ad. It would be through Spotify, because I've heard this on Apple Podcasts and I don't like the way it sounds there, but over there would be the best audio adventure. And they use videos now too. Not an ad. This is not an ad. All right. But if you're somewhere that has restrictions from hearing this, that would be your best bet. So, but thank you guys for tuning into this journey with us. I appreciate you guys. It's always fun when we go and do these videos. And I want to let you know, if you are in your car driving around in front of your crib, on the train, walking around with your headphones on, in your crib, watching this, listening to this, and if you're my cousin, this mix is for you.
Bronx, New York.
Feeling my zone. He's the heir to the throne.
I'm a unique individual, cause with the speech I'm the pinnacle, but to the
police I'm a criminal.
Nah, we an army fleet, I'm a general. We don't shoot air, but if it breathes then
It's killable.
So when I see an MC in an interview, leaking like an inner tube,
Speaking on people, stir up controversy, it be pitiful.
Stop in Jersey with your freak on my genital. I talk about life, but I'm still lyrical. Fighting with the spiritual, I'm righteous in the physical. When niggas is blind, that's why they carry the cane.
Wait. New York. Do you want me to bring that back? Do you want me to bring that back? Let me know. Do you want me to bring that back? It's a quick one of those.
See if you real, then you feeling my soul.
Wait.
My name's Serious Jones.
And he spells that like Harry Potter does.
I'm the heir to the throne. I'm a unique individual. Cause with the speech, I'm the pinnacle, but to the police,
He's
I'm
a criminal.
Nah, we an army fleet.
And a general.
We don't shoot air, but if it breathes,
But then it's killable.
So when I see an MC in an interview, leaking like an inner tube, speaking on niggas too,
Stir up controversy, it be pitiful.
See, I be in Jersey with your freak on
With my genitals.
I talk about life, but I'm still lyrical. Fighting with the spiritual, I'm righteous in the physical. When niggas is blind, that's why they
Carry in the cane, divorce the block, now we married to the game.
But these haters is throwing salt at the wet. Shit, I done been in
So much
war.
I've been getting.
You know how many times I done fought niggas reppin', fought niggas fleshin', taught niggas lessons. Shit, fuck sparking, I brought niggas weapons. I gotta have heart, cause I talk with aggression. My smarts is a blessing from God in the essence. I be like, put on your shades, bitch, and
Stars in your presence.
I barge in the session. Like,
Let's get it clear.
I ran trains, but no,
I'm not an engineer.
Flash the haters, they
You want me to bring it back again? You want me to bring that's all you gotta say, New York. Just say you want it.
Bronx, New York.
You want me to bring it back.
See if you real, then you feeling my soul. My name's Serious Jones.
Hey.
And right now, I'ma let be known.
Let me stop fucking around. Let me stop fucking around. The reason I ended up playing some Serious Jones because my cousin was really upset that I said that one of the best artists out of the battle scene that dropped a decent album is Serious Jones, and he was telling me about Sue Surf, and he was playing me music, and I liked it a lot. And I was just telling him, like, I feel when Sue starts, he does pain music, and I'm like, I don't be in the mood for that sometimes. Like, I'm in a good mood. Like there's days, don't get it wrong. Like, if it's a rainy day and I was like, all right, I want to be in my feels, I'll put on some Sue. I'll put on some music that's gonna be like, just walk on by, dun 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 dun, dun walk on by. But yeah, and you guys should know by now that CYHI is one of my favorite freestylers, lyricists, all that stuff. So I ended up stumbling across my favorite CYHI freestyle that was on LA Leakers. So
oh man, it's that time.
look at them, the way they gonna
It's that
glaze
time.
this
LA
man.
Leakers, just incredible DJ.
Also, that Serious
Sour
Jones
Milk.
song, I haven't heard that song in a couple of years, and I still remember it.
Tonight. You know,
So to me,
a lot of
it's
times
valid.
the
It's
conversation
valid.
will come up about top 5 LA Leaker freestyles of all time.
Yeah.
And I want to give this man his
It's
flowers.
this one
man,
and his
because,
voice is
CYHI,
LA
the
Leakers
Prince,
freestyle.
his name always is coming up
It's always in the
in
conversation.
the
CYHI.
conversation. Top
Always.
5. The last time he was here, he dropped some crazy bars. It sounds like our brother's back to go crazy tonight.
Hey man, you know what it is, man. The best rapper alive tour.
Maybach.
to him.
Story of E
Yeah,
got
Maybach. This beat
on
is
the
hard.
way. Hold on, let me give y'all something.
Atlanta in here.
Yeah.
Confessional soliloquies, a lesson of humility.
Humility.
It's hard when our fathers in correctional facilities.
Hey,
If it wasn't for my professional ability, I would probably be somewhere on the level 4 where killers be. But I'm off of Russian Road with an extra load of Hillary. Straight from Mexico, my connections go to Italy. Bless his soul, sold oregano from Piccadilly. We had the gas and water, paid the mortgage from utilities. Niggas ask for smoke, so I try to keep the sig with me. And I'm talking in cold, shout out, I keep that thingamajig with me. My spirit lives forever, even if they kill me physically. What do you call a black sheep that made it past the streets?
and the scapegoat.
You know
Them
the
bullets
fucking
never
sign?
riddled me. Okay, here's another
No, you
riddle.
don't be.
There's 4 of us in the car and I put my bitch in the middle seat. Cause the Mossberg pump, Ryan shotgun.
Shotgun, literally.
Is that right?
I was taught never get caught at the start light. Be flash forever. I wish I could make it all right, but I had to learn how to make it home.
Make it all right.
Get what I'm saying?
All right.
Niggas shooting in the air. Never had a dog fight. Glock with the fog light. I done lived a hard life. Right. Man, these streets will show you no
No
mercy.
mercy.
Like leftover Thanksgiving.
I went cold turkey.
the
Lord
most
have mercy.
worthy. I took a flow that's so murky, they called me 430. That means I was woke
Woke
early.
early.
Had to get my teeth fixed. Rest in peace to old dirty. Ain't them whole pearly. Yeah, okay, let's switch the topic. I might just drop a Christian project. Niggas still a copy. I'm a Catholic that's philosophic. Yeah. And my freestyles are philanthropic. Yeah. So
Which
that
makes me a non-profit.
Oh.
Son.
Get the logic, used to be a con artist, but I never picked a pocket. My partner still doing time, imagine me stealing watches. They botched the robbery and had to kill the hostage. Real life, chronicle, the honorable Muhammad who changed lives. My songs can do the same thing the Quran do. Life ain't fair, nah, and neither is the carnival. They get paid when you lose. How you think they make their money, fool? Sunday school over 1s and 2s in the middle of tongue and groove. It's wisdom in my rendezvous. Ciphers in the cafeteria, making niggas run they food. First I would kill a mic,
then make them run they jewels. Son.
Let's go. First I would kill a
Son,
mic.
son. That's a fucking bar, bro. That's a bar, bro. One of my favorite lines. I'm gonna try to remember. I'm gonna butcher it, but he goes, "Don't ever mess with young Elijah. My niggas will put him in the trunk and link him like Assalamu." Like, yo, this motherfucker is a beast, son. I like him, and I have Royce. Him and Royce. Then I actually Slaughterhouse is all kind of in there except for Yella. But yeah, from fucking Crooked Eye to Joel Ortiz to fucking Royce the 5'9". I put Joe Budden. He's there, but he's in the bottom. But and then CYHI the Prince. CYHI the Prince is a problem, son. So without further ado, let me go in.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
10 minutes of music.
You're listening to
I'm never gonna recover from
Characters.
that. I'm never gonna recover from that. Bringing back a throwback.
Mr. Sarcasm.
Really? Can you feel the tension in the
Yeah,
air
right now.
I know I can. I can feel it all the way down in my plums. Bing, bang, boom.
Hey, I am your host, Jose Luis, aka
On my cool J.
and welcome everybody. Hopefully you guys are doing great out here. This is episode 151, 151 episodes. This is crazy, guys. 151 episodes of just randomness, of just togetherness. Thank you, everybody that's been here since day one. And welcome to the new ones. Welcome to you guys. And welcome to you guys that are catching this after finding out about me. And now you're like backtracking the history of the show. Thank you. So hopefully everybody's doing great out there, as I just mentioned again and again and again and again. Hopefully you guys are in a position to know that we are doing good. Even if you feel you're not doing good, we are doing good, all right? We do this for the ancestors. That's right, I said it, the ancestors. Why am I talking about the ancestors? I don't know. But think about it. Think about you, where you're at in life right now, and your ancestors, all right? Think about it. Your ancestors never experienced air conditioning. I mean, some were fortunate, but some of them never experienced air conditioning. Moving cars, land, comfortable clothing, food that's not spoiled. I'm talking about way back. I'm not talking about like your grandmas and shit like that. They've experienced. Some of them are still here. They're experiencing it to this day. The ability to I can't. No, some of us don't have that luxury still to just walk down the street and not get fucked with. But we can go places. We can do interracial dating. Hear that, sinners? We can do interracial dating in the light, in the natural light. We're going to get back to you fuckers again because you guys are really mad on that take. And the clip I'm going to make on that is going to be so annoying that you guys are going to be even more pissed off about it. And I'm with all the shits. All right, you see this? You see this right here? It says no special characters. I can't see it in the camera I'm looking in right now, but I'm assuming my fingers are perfectly moving over the words, all right? It's like that eye exam with like, what letters are these three tiny letters at the bottom? I can't see that shit, miss. But yeah. Let's see. What can I talk about? I went on a food adventure for the vlog, and you TikTok fuckers, once again, you guys are pissing me off. Only because my brother was right. Before I took the drive, I was like, yo, there's a spot in Farmingville that makes burrito pizza. I was like, I kind of want to try it out. Only because, this is the only real reason, the same amount of time that it would take to get over there, instead of going to the spot in Brooklyn that I went to last time, which was Delicious Pizzas and Nena's Taco Burrito spot in Brooklyn and Bushwick, go to those guys. They're amazing. Delicious food. Not an ad either, but just, And it's a fraction at the price. I got mad food for like $50. 2 whole pizzas, tacos, and all the extras. And this place that I went to in Farmingville, everybody's like, why are you going to Farmingville? And I'm like, I could knock 3 birds with 1 stone if I go out there. I could go get some tacos that may or may not be good, go get some shopping done, and go see some family out there. And 2 out of the 3 birds were good. So I was like, all right. And it was just, did I see him? I think I saw him. Yeah, I dropped something off. I dropped something off. Couldn't remember. I have a terrible memory. And an hour and 15 minutes it took me to get there. And that's not really the worst, because if I went to the Brooklyn spot, just from where I'm coming from, it would have took, I'm going to say, hour and a half, hour 45. Yeah, not worth that drive. But you know what it is? Long Island traffic is different. Long Island traffic is like, all right, I'm still going in a straight line, as opposed to the Brooklyn traffic, where it'll be like a left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, straight for this way, make a left, another right, another right, another. Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass. So Not bad. So an hour, 15 minutes driving over there. I get there. It is packed. And I'm like, yo, why is this place so packed? The word must be crazy that this place is delicious. I was wrong. I forgot it was Cinco de Mayo. And I'm like, oh, you guys are just eating tacos because they told you to eat tacos on this day. And also, I would like to see you fuckers voting passes, because if you want to get rid of the immigrants, you can't fucking partake in Cinco de Mayo. I know people are going to be like, wait, that's a political stance. For that, yes. And no. You know why? Because those weren't authentic tacos. I went to go get some food. Go watch the vlog whenever I drop that. It'll be the newest vlog that's not a vlog but a vlog. I went there, we ordered. I knew I fucked up when I got there. I was like, birria pizza. I was like, okay, $40. $40 for a birria pizza. I was like, this better be the most amazing pizza. And I was like, well, I'm going to be able to find out if I order some birria tacos. The birria tacos came, them shits was plain as fuck. They weren't even birria. They were just tacos. I'm like, okay. And like when people do the birria sauce, the grease cup, the grease cup has to be popping. That's what determines if your burrito is popping or not. And that shit was plain. But I was looking at it and I was looking at the things and I was like, something's off. So they gave us like guacamole. I'm like, I love guacamole. And I'm like, this isn't guacamole. This is guacamole paste. This is artificial guacamole. I'm like, why are you doing this to us? On Cinco de Mayo? On Cinco de Mayo, you're going to give us guacamole paste? And I was like, I thought the badness would stop there. I didn't get to the burrito yet. And now I'm like, okay, I got an empanada. If you guys know anything about empanadas, empanadas are delicious. Little delicious pockets of food. And I got beef and potato. So normally when I go to the spots in Queens, it's a beef potato stew inside of the empanada, right? Or it's shredded. It's either liquidy or not. But either way, when you take a bite, sometimes the food falls out of it, right? It'll be like, all right, like if you were like to do this with the empanada in your hand, the insides will fall on the table. As opposed to this spot where it didn't fall out. I have footage of me shaking violently the empanada, hitting it on the table, and it did not move. And I'm like, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Hell no. Where the hell did we go to? And they were all looking at us like, oh, what's your review going to be? I was like, y'all not going to like it. Y'all not going to like it. I don't know what it is when people see GoPros. I'm like, oh, TikToker or Instagram person. And I'm like, not all reviews are going to be good, because I'm not even like, hey, this is like, oh my God, you guys, well, first of all, you guys aren't even paying me. If you guys are paying me, I'll be like, oh my God, these are the most delicious tacos ever. Oh my God. I will slap my mother for one of these tortillas, like one of these quesadillas. Slap, 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 slap. Stop. But yeah, it was like, whoa. And people were getting mad because like it was me and my sister. And my sister, I'm like, yo, she's like, oh, fish tacos. I'll get some fish tacos. You can never go buy fish tacos or right by the water, right? All right, so fish tacos. And I'm like, we're not really by the water. I know we're on an island, but it's not really an island. And she's like, yeah, fish tacos. Let's get the fish tacos. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, you just want one? She's like, what do you mean? I'm ordering a meal of fish tacos. And I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. $6.95 for one fish taco. And she's like, where the fuck are we? Why are we ordering food from here? And I was laughing. She's like, in Queens, that'll get you like a plate full of fish. And I was like, I know, but this isn't Queens. And as they mentioned before we drove out here, they were like, why are you going all the way to Suffolk for tacos? And I'm like, to be interesting, to be daring. But it was like meh. I was like, no, never again. Never. Whoever that guy that recommended the video to us, yeah, we're never going there. And I'm gonna curse you out if I ever find your page again. FYI. Because I spent a whole $85 to $90 in there with subpar food. That really gets me angry. Like, I've go to places and I don't expect like, oh, these things to blow me away. But the way that guy was tricking people out there, the way they were tricking people out there was pretty wild. They were bamboozling people out there. See, normally when you go to spots to eat, like wherever you go, whatever restaurant you go to, whether it's a high-end restaurant or a low-end restaurant, it doesn't even matter the ethnicity of the food. The only time I seen Chinese people hire other people of color in there is very rare. It rarely happens, and that's the only culture that I would say that predominantly, like, all right, Chinese cooks back there. But everywhere else, it's the majority of them are Spanish cooks back there. And when I get to this place, I'm looking around. I'm like, wow, okay. And I'm like, I wish what. So I'm like, I walk up in there and I look around and I'm like, hey, something is off in here. I'm looking at the staff and I'm like, something is not like one of us. And I'm like, they're Filipino. They're not Latino. They're Filipino. And you're going to be like, well, they were conquered by the... Shut the fuck up, all right? All right? I know what the history is, all right? I like history. History is one of my favorite fucking subjects, and it's science, all right? All right, do you know the hypochondria is the powerhouse of a cell? Exactly. You didn't fucking know that before I just taught you. There goes monetization, I think. But no, I've been lost monetization. That's 10 minutes of music of Serious Jones. Yeah. They're bamboozling them. I was like, you guys, you know what it was? It was like that Seinfeld episode, like, oh man, and they were trying to pass Dominicans off as Cubans to roll Cuban cigars, and they were rolling it too tight. Yeah, it was exactly like that. So, yeah. I apologize. Also, I noticed that it was my cousin's daughter's birthday. And whenever it comes to girls, like it's never like, hey, I want a PS5. It's rarely that. Or it's rarely like, hey, can you find me something that won't send me into a place of awkwardness when you go shopping? No, like teenagers are like, oh, can you go to Sephora? And I'm like, I can, but I'm not going to be comfortable. Or like, can you go help me? Like I mentioned last week, I went out with my niece and she took me to Victoria's Secrets to go get a bag. And I'm like, I don't feel comfortable here, especially with a little girl here next to me. And I'm looking around and people are trying to say like, why are you looking around for your girlfriend or are you looking around for yourself? Do you need the support in your life to hold you down? And I'm like, fuck you guys. But this body mist smells amazing. Now, I was shopping for my cousin's kid, Gabs. Happy birthday, Gabby. And I'm in Sephora and I was talking to Gab's wife, Sam, and she's like, yeah, she asked for these things. And I was like, I don't feel comfortable like saying these names out loud. She started laughing. So I go there and I'm like, hey, I ended up being on the phone with her. I was like, I don't know what I'm looking for, but I think this is close. And she was very helpful. And I'm talking to the sales lady and I'm like, do you have milk of magnesia? And she's like, I don't think that's what you're looking for. And I'm like, that's what they told me to look for. All right, lady, do you have the milk or not? All right. Somebody needs magnesia. Magnesia. All right. But yeah. So it was a bronzer called Milk. And then they have Fenty Savage. And I was like, okay. So it was called like sugar something. Sugar. I'm bad. I have terrible memory. I have this information on my phone. I should have like better prep for this. All right, let's see. Did the picture stay? Did they stay? No, they did not. All right. It was called Sweet Mouth. So I have to talk. And Sephora, they hire cuties. And I got to talk to this beautiful woman in a non-creepy way. And I have to be like, let me set the tone. I'm like, I walk in, ding. And then this beautiful woman approached me.
Hi, how can I help you?
And I'm like,
do you have any sweet mouth?
Yeah, that sounds crazy. Do
you have any sweet mouth in the store?
Yeah. But I wanted to get out of there just enough. And she's like, yeah,
Sure, we have Sweet Mouth right over here, right around the corner.
I'm like, bitch, you fucking with me.
The Sweet Mouth is right here.
And I'm like, yo. Oh, it is right there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for the sweet milk. Do you have any milk and magnesia?
So, yeah, she was like, the milk section is over there. And I'm like, okay. And for the price of milk, it's kind of on brand because milk was like this big. And I'm like, bitch, you don't got a carton of that? How much would a carton of that go for? And I'm like, whatever. And then there's something called Seville, Sergiano Seville. I'm pretty sure that's off. But that body mist smelled amazing. But the main reason when you go in places like that, I try to move quickly because if the girls like taste blood in the water, they smell blood in the water, wherever the phrase is, all right, their little sweet mouths turn aggressive. And there's you know what else you would need? Here, take this, take that, take this. She's also gonna need this and that and this. And now you're like $600-700 in. I am a Ruby Platinum member for a reason, okay? So yeah. But it was just entertaining. I'm like, oh, I appreciate that she's not a fan of Sexy Red because Sexy Red has a wild line of names for that stuff. What is the name of it? Let me see. Sexy Red. Oh, Eliza Dushku. Why was I searching you for? I'm a bad boy. Sexy Red lip gloss names. No. All right. So let's see. These are her lip gloss. So imagine me having to go to a place called.
Do you have any coochie juice? Coochie juice. That's what I'm looking for. Do you have booty hole brown? Everybody has booty hole brown. Do you have sex on my period? Yes. Oh, right this way. What about gonorrhea? Do you have gonorrhea? And it was like...
Yes, we do.
I'm like, the product, not you, bitch. But yeah, it was very... I don't know why she would name her shit that, but I'm glad that, and hopefully never will have to be sent to a store. Because if I'm talking to a girl asking for those products, I need to rethink the girl I'm talking to. That's just not going to work out for me. But yeah, shopping for her was cool. I was like, all right, now that this ordeal is over with, time to get out of there. And same day. Later that night, I somehow ended up on the Bronx. I was in the Bronx in the cold streets of Roblox. And we were by like Cocaine City. And it led to the conversation of, are we making crack in Cocaine City in the Bronx of Roblox? And yes, indeed we were, but they couldn't call it crack. So we were out there and my good friend was trying to put me into, not my cousin mom, but my good friend was trying to put me onto the streets of the Roblox selling marshmallows. And how dangerous it was, because when I landed into a lobby, his friend just so happened to end up in the same lobby that I'm in, and he's like, you gotta run now. And I'm like, why? He was like, and I've been in GTA lobbies let you chill. GTA lobbies, like you could just be walking and then some asshole might attack you, but not there. Apparently it's always Iraq over there. They're always in wartime. And the way he was moving, the way he was running, I was like, this is like mad funny. And then I started getting like skeptical because I was like, yo, why is he making me run down this? Am I going to get R. Kelly'd? No. So you finally get to one of the buildings and my cousin pulls up and he's like, hey, all right, so we're going to get you set up. We're going to get you a G-Pack. And I'm like, this is like me when I was 13 and one of my neighbors like, hey, man, you poor? Would you like to work off consignments? And I was like, sure, why not? I fucked that up. I was basically giving them away. So, yeah. So we're playing this game and it was like mad funny. And I was like, yo, like this, somebody really made this a game and people are running to it. And the most craziest thing is the clothing. The clothing is fire there. And then it's the clothing and the cars and the guns, but it's mostly the cars. I'm like, I'm like, is this a fucking track hawk that we're in? They was like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I just left Call of Duty. That shit sounded like something like a fucking ATV was coming. I was like, yo, like, okay, shit is real out here. And I was laughing because he goes, yo, whenever you get into the building, lock the door. Lock the door. Because apparently people break in and kill you for your marshmallows. And I'm like, this game would be more fun as a diabetic. Like if they had diabetic or hypoglycemic people that were their sugar drops low. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. And it's like, give me your fucking marshmallows, man. So yeah, that's even more entertaining. And then like instead of heroin is just insulin, that would be a better diabetic game than what we are labeling it as now. And then people are killing each other for insulin. Yeah. Or like, oh, my sugar is so, give me your fucking chips. So yeah, it was very entertaining playing this game. And I was like, when I tried this in real life, it was nothing like this. All right. Not that aggressive. Some people's storylines ended up the same, but not me. But yeah, so he shows, I'm like wondering, because this is my first day there, and he's like, lock the door, make sure the door's locked. And I'm like, okay. And he was playing the game with his wife, Sam, and he goes, she goes, she went, I was playing the game with him, and what happened was somebody didn't lock the door. So I made 6 packs of marshmallows, and they came in and killed the hell out of all of us. So I was starting laughing, and he shows me the video, and the most craziest part about the video is the way they rushed the door is exactly how it happens in real life. If you're lucky, it doesn't go to a T, but they came in there blasted like. I have the sound effect. So yeah, I was like, oh. This shit different. See, I only play Roblox to play Dress to Impress, as you can't tell. LL Bean. I thought it was Pagonia for a second. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that as well. But yeah. That was my life last week that you guys are hearing about now. Let's see, what else do I got on my things to talk about? All right, so I think I'm going to get out of this section and move into the next section, which would be the movie review section. So I took it back. I messed up. See, I should have held, I did 2 movie review sections last week, but I didn't want to be late to the party. And you know what? It doesn't matter if I'm late to the party because I don't put clips out anyway. So yeah, I should have held on to the Thunderbolts review. And I would have did it today, but I ended up watching another movie, and it was a throwback movie with Sylvester Stallone called Daylight. Daylight takes place in New York City at the Midtown Tunnel or the Lincoln Tunnel. Let's see. I'll do the research. But what happens is, apparently, there was a jewel theft, and a bunch of tweakers took off. And for whatever reason, they thought that taking the Lincoln Tunnel, I'm pretty sure it's the Lincoln Tunnel that goes to Jersey. Yeah, the Lincoln Tunnel. Yeah. They take the Lincoln Tunnel to escape the NYPD. And I was like, that kind of makes sense back in the day because they weren't really crossing over like that. Once they really played the jurisdiction line back in the day. Now, when they're driving and they're like, all right, they're dumb. They took the tunnel. We'll get them. We'll have Jersey police waiting for them the minute they pull up. And instead of waiting to count the stuff they knew they stole, because they stole diamonds. They robbed the jeweler. They started looking at all the diamonds. Like they could fucking estimate like how much this diamond is worth. If they could check the clarity, the stone type, the BBS, all the shit. No, they're like, oh, that's a pretty one. And it's like, okay. And then he hits a bump, diamonds all over the floor. While all of this is happening, there's an army base moving chemicals, and they had to go through the tunnel, which is complete BS because they're not really allowed to do that. But that was the 90s. But so they're moving it through the tunnel. That car that just took off from the robberies, driving erratic, They drop diamonds. The girl that was next to him starts picking up the diamonds that are under the driver's legs, causing him to accelerate faster and crash into the back of that chemical truck. And then this gigantic explosion happens, and this is where all the fun starts. Now, the most grimiest part of that movie is the way they depicted New York. See, this girl that must have been like from Wichita moved to New York to work on her writing career, her OnlyFans. And what happened was it didn't work out, and the dude she was talking to was married, and he was never going to leave his wife to be with her. He's like, yo, just keep waiting 3 months. So the whole thing is that she's chilling in her New York apartment, and while she's like typing up her new script, a cockroach crawls on her, and she's like, ugh, she kills it. She doesn't care. And then she's like, all right. When she gets to the point where it's over, she goes to her drawer, and there's a gigantic fucking rodent in there. And then she was like, clank, clank, clank. And I'm like, is that what y'all thought New Yorkers go through every day? Like we were fighting cockroaches and rodents at the same time? That would never happen. That would never happen because the rodents would be eating the cockroaches or vice versa. They could never live in cohabitability. All right. They can never coexist together. All right. So strike one right there. But back to watching this movie, this gigantic crash happens and it's like really funny. And my whole life, because I saw this as a kid, and great movie. I loved it as a kid. So I'm watching this movie, and I'm like, this explosion happens, and they way to depict the tunnel like it is gigantic, like it was the most biggest tunnel in the world. And I'm like, huh. As an adult, I've been in that tunnel. That tunnel was not that goddamn big. And I was just so mad watching it. I was like, they would have never been able to do half the things they did in that tunnel. It's like, what we're going to do is we're going to crawl between the cars and set off some C4, or we're going to do this. I'm like, yo, we're going to take these hidden pipes, I'm like, I don't think you guys had space for any of that. But it was a cool thought process for a movie, and I enjoyed it. It just had moments where I was like, none of that shit was needed. That's been my biggest problem. It's like sometimes I'll see something, I'm like, none of this stuff is needed. None of this stuff is needed at all. Why are we watching this? So it was just so funny that I'm like, okay, if you say so. But stop. What happened was Sylvester Stallone is like a disgrace emergency chief. Like something happened and people died and they put the blame on him. And then he's at the scene where this accident happens. He's not in the tunnel. He's outside of the tunnel at first. And people see him. He's helping. He's like genuinely helping. Like, oh my God, rush him over here. It's okay. Your arm will heal. Like it's not really broken. That cut, just apply pressure. Here, make this tourniquet. Just do this. Just do that. He's really helping. And it's like one of the characters is a paramedic. Oh shit, what's this guy doing here? And then he goes to him and he's like, hey man, you can't be here. If they see you, it's going to be a problem. And then it turns into, where's the chief? And he was like, we're looking at him. And I'm like, oh, that's when there was the oh moment. Like, oh, he used to be the chief. And I'm like, y'all cut that bullshit out. Because if that's your homie, you see your homie there like, hey, yo, thank you for helping us. Let's keep going. Let's keep working together. Because I'm not going to turn away help, especially in an emergency. But it was like, they have to do that for the movie to be like, oh, okay. They don't like each other. No, it's not that. So, this whole time I'm watching this movie and it's like, still good. I like it. I liked it a lot. One of my favorite characters in this movie was this guy, this rock climber dude, like rich white boy. And he's like trying to get them out by climbing up like the mid shaft of the tunnel where like where the original construction workers used to chill and all this shit. And he tries to go there, but he's not noticing that it's not clear. You have to climb all the way up, but there's debris being held in by just debris being stuck. And he's like, I can get around this. And the way he got killed will always be hilarious. Yeah. You know, when people go, hey man, they're going to be mopping you up for weeks. And he's like, yeah. They're going to be mopping them up till this day. That movie was in the 90s. If that was real, they will be mopping up to this day. Because the way everything fell on him was hilarious. And then they were doing like a prisoner transport too. And my baby from Boy Meets World was in there. The chocolate shorty, not Topanga. Is it Topanga was there? Topanga, if Topanga was in there, I'd be like, I don't know, free her till it's backwards. But yeah. It was just all these scenarios, people giving them judgment. They were giving them way too much shit. Because if I come down there to save you, I went through this whole ordeal to come save you, and you're like, you're the guy that was responsible for this. So you don't want my help? You don't want my help? Because I could just leave. It's easy. I can live. I'm a survivor. Na, 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 na. You guys, good luck. You guys can stay here. But yeah. It's a great movie. It was just, as an adult seeing it, I'm like, all right, that's really not that big. And there were like parts where like the inmates were fighting and the inmates were like, hey, I'm in charge of what, sir? This is an emergency crisis. What are you in charge of, inmate? Clearly you're not in charge of your life because you're fucking you're getting sent to the Hooskow. So what are you in charge of? And this guy just character pissed me off. And what makes me, he's typecasted. That guy was typecasted because I remember him in this movie called Volcano. And he was like, oh, you guys are trying to save the art, but you're not trying to protect the neighborhood. And he just, instead of helping his neighborhood, he was just heckling the shit out of the police for the next hour and a half. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is happening? But that poor guy was typecasted to play that kind of role because he did that role so well. But yeah, Daylight on YouTube if you want to go watch it. Like, good movie. There was a dog there. They were trying to save the dog the whole time in there too. There was just a lot happening. But yeah, Daylight. I ain't doing no justice explaining it, but Daylight. That's like I said. The movie, not the rapper. Now let's see. It's time to go to the do.
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
I don't know where I want to start. All right. I'm gonna keep it in Queens. Queens local news. Queens car ring caught, but not really. That's what I wrote. So there was, what's today? Today is the 10th. I got things to do. Oh shit, I can't forget about that. Today's the 10th. And on the 7th, a house in Lindenwood was raided. And the way it was raided made me look at the people that were in charge of the situation. Because they didn't do their Googles, they didn't do their maps. They went to go raid a house over the top. So apparently, dozens of officers in full protective gear and brandishing long guns responded to a Queens home Wednesday morning to make an arrest in connection in a stolen car ring, according to New York State Police. They had SWAT, the K-9 units, state troopers, NYPD. That's a lot of police already. They also had the robotic K-9 units. They had sharpshooters. They had all of these things. So all the things that I'm listening to you guys right now, and you're like, damn, who the fuck is in there? Think you have Tony Montana in there for car rings? What are they stealing? Some BMWs? Take them. Fuck that. Some Hellcats, some chart? Take them. I don't care. They're loud. They're taking up parking. This is Queens. Everybody has 13, 14 fucking cars. I can hear you. My neighbors that listen to this, I know what you have 13, 14. Yeah, but they're in the backyard, bro. Now, what makes this hilarious is that they did all of this thing. So you would think either this one person is really aggressive and ready to kill people, or two, there's a whole group of people in there and they're ready to kill people, or three, there's just a person in there. And that's what it was. There was just a person in there. They came out in his underwear and surrendered. Why did we need all of that? Why did we need SWAT? Why did we need a robotic dog? Why did we need real dogs? Why were the state troopers there alongside with NYPD? There was just too many agencies there. I'm like, who is fitting the bill for this? that's a lot of wasted resources. Somebody made this person to be the biggest thing out there was, and they was like, no. And at the end of the day, yeah, you got one person that may or may not could be tied to it, and they confiscated 2 cars with Pennsylvania license plates, which they're going to determine later, are they really from Pennsylvania or are they stolen? Now, this is just jokes to me. It's like, yo, you guys really went out of your way. Like, you would think they were going after John Wick, a SWAT team, and metal robot dogs. Because you know how John Wick feels about dogs. He'll probably kill a metal dog. I don't know. But you send the real dog in, you'll be like, all right, I surrender. But yeah. In Enwood, Queens, which is next to Howard Beach. And the crazy shit is that a lot of the times these stolen cars, if they don't go to the dock, they get dropped right up the block from me. All of them. That's why I'll be talking to someone. Hey man, what kind of car you drive? You got a Accord, Honda Civic? Well, if you need parts, right up the block. You better get there before they get to it, because that shit'll be boneless by the time you get there. Shit, all the meat will be off the bones. God damn. They was like, oh no. If I see, do you know how terrified I'll be? I don't know what I would have to do in life, because we don't know what mode those robotic dogs are set to, but I know it's not on pet mode. Like, they're sending a robotic dog after you to kill you. And have you seen these new robotic dogs? They run, they jump, they open doors, they drop bombs. Shit. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know at all. So, yeah. Queen's Ring. Waste of tax money. That's what it was to me. All right. I'm getting to one of my things I've been dying to talk about, which was, I think it was, God damn. Maya, hello. I am working. You can't send me things like that. So let's see. So Piers Morgan tried to have a Delroy Del Lindo moment, and it did not go as planned. And it was pretty hilarious hearing one of my favorite new additions to the JBP get so riled up, get so mad. And it's funny because he's a real dude. I like him. He's funny as hell. Let me see if I can find the clip.
People all the time. People can say things to white people all the time and they never get canceled. There's no backlashing about this. I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly, and you will
go
not
on, then,
have
say it.
Say what you want.
will not have
Go on,
free speech.
go on. Say the M word. Go on.
I'm
No.
Don't
invite. No.
No.
I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me, because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her for ratings to call me the N-word, because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here. You and one Uncle Tom on the left here.
Yeah.
And to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Piers. I understand what you're trying to do. But we already know she's racist. And I don't want to invite a racial harm to me.
I hear you, and I accept that, and we'll leave it there. Thank you all very much.
People can say things to white people all the time, and they never.
That's hilarious, bro. The way he flipped that, he was like, no, hell no, don't have this fucking person say this shit to me. One of my favorite scenes is Bobby Lee, and I forgot the other person, but he's talking to this black dude, and he's like, have you ever been, it wasn't Bobby Lee. It was somebody else. I can't remember who he was, but he was in an interview, and he's like, have you ever been called the N-word? He was like, no, never in my life. He's like, you better get ready. He was like, wait, hold up. Don't do that. So that's the same exact reaction Mark had. And as I said, I like Mark Lamont Hill. He's a funny dude. He's very accurate. He shoots. And he's been like a great addition to the JBP, because, people on that show just be talking just to talk, kind of like this show. But I know if I were to get a co-host like Mark Lamont Hill, my job is no longer to be like, all right, I'm going to be like the fact person. No, I'm going to be the person that, all right, FYI, when you guys decide to start doing more shows with me, I'm not the fact person. I don't care. I'm the fat person, but not the fact person, okay? So if you ever invite me to one of your shows to do and you want me to be like all serious, don't invite me. I'm not that person. I've never been that person. If you can't tell yet by my show, I'm not even that person on my own show. So what makes you think I'm gonna be that person on your show? You're tripping. You're bugging out. But yeah, that was a Delroy Delindo moment, and I'm like, oh, poor Piers, you really tried it. You thought they were gonna do it too, but she was kind of stating like, that's not what I'm talking about, which made it more funny because he was just trying to trigger her for no fucking reason, and he ended up triggering Mark. And the other guy that's there, I believe his name is Myron. He has very strong conservative views, and it was like, I don't like that guy. Not that he's a conservative, he's just a dickhead on his show all the time. I don't even know if his name's Myron. I don't care, but I've seen the clips of him. He's very like, like, all right, that's your own lane, buddy. Go ahead. If you're the only one in that lane, go ahead and do it. Who am I to knock whatever lane you're on? But I am a firm believer when you start talking crazy, it's only a matter of time till people try to reciprocate to you. Like, oh, that's how you feel? Okay. Stay there 1 second. Let me deal with you for a bit. But yeah. Hearing that had me in tears. He was like, no, you would not have this person call me this word, because I'm the only person up here that's of that word. And I'm like, Mark, you gotta relax, buddy. Because I don't even think she was gonna say it. I think it would be more damage. Not really. It wouldn't even be more damaging in this fucking. The first God damn. It wouldn't even be that damaging for them to say it at this fucking point in place. Because we just recently had an interaction. It's not the same. It's part of the news section, but not really part of the news section. Where this lady called a 5-year-old the N-word, and she was like, I need to start a GoFundMe so I can protect myself and possibly move. And she got all the money. And we're looking at her like, GoFundMe, did you just do that? And I'm like, there's like, we can't technically interfere with that because there was no ill intent on her end. She did something to cause it, but she didn't do it on our platform. So it was just too funny. All right, let's see what I got. All right. So the next thing that happened on the Cool Report was Linda McMahon versus Harvard. And Linda McMahon versus Harvard. And it was pretty funny because they're trying to cancel grants for Harvard, I believe, because they don't want to conform with a lot of this administration's policies. And Trump said, if you don't conform with this, we're going to cut the supply of money to you. That's Harvard. That's not a community college. They got money. They're straight. Somebody said, I think it was Dr. Mark Lamar Hill that said they probably have $54 million in reserve just holding on to for days like this. That is somebody that is fine with whatever you think you're going to do. It's not going to happen. So, yeah. So Linda McMahon was trying to go over there and let them know, like, hey, you work with us or there's going to be repercussions. And she wrote like a beautiful long worded letter, maybe 2-3 pages. And they send it back to her with grammar corrections. And where they're like, which is amazing. It's a great move for Harvard because it's like, you're in charge of the education part of this country. And you're sending me a letter with all of these grammar errors on it. And I'm like, we have to like, come into fuck the news. We have to come into like, all right, how is the Secretary of Education making these many errors? And that's your part. That's your part. You can't do that. That looks crazy to be like, yo, you can't ask me to do all this shit and you're not following up on it either. Like, that's some crazy shit. So I'm like, yeah. And the biggest problem I'm having with this administration when it comes to colleges, I don't care about debt forgiveness. Charge them, don't charge them. That has nothing to do with me. I ain't been to college, all right? I've been in some colleges, but never attended as a student. Now, he has this policy that I'm not a fan of because I think it goes against the First Amendment, which is freedom. Let me just get this correct. Let me get this correct before somebody tries to be like, you don't know shit. Let's see. First Amendment. Because I'm going to be mad at it's the Second Amendment. Freedom of forms of government, religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. All right. and he wants to silence that. And back in the day, the only places that really got those, like, you could get that off were people in colleges, because it would allow these kids to protest. Now, whenever they stepped out of there and they started blocking traffic, that's when I was like, hey, yo, get the fuck out the way. But still, it is your God-given right to protest. And he's kind of like, well, if you allow students on your university to continue to protest, whether it's the war, me, or this or that, we're going to cut your funding. And I'm like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. The whole point that people go to college that I've always seen in movies is that, yeah, we're here for education, but we're here to like do other shit. Like poetry, gardening, activism, standing up for people's rights. That's the only thing I ever see. A lot of orgies. A lot of orgies. And after a while, it turned into that sexy red brand, like brown booty hole. So, yeah. Now, gonorrhea. Now, yeah, I wasn't a fan. When I started hearing that he was like ready to start cutting those policies, I was like, I don't think you should, but who am I to say it? I'm just a mere mortal with a microphone and 3 cameras in his face. But yeah. What else? But Linda McMahon, I'm like, And I was like, why does that sound familiar? I'm like, why does Linda McMahon's name sound familiar? And then I remembered it's Vince McMahon's wife. I was like, I remember you. You used to get body slammed all the time and take it like a champ. I was like, is that why? They went out there and made the season. Oh, shit. I'm like, is that why? I'm like, is that why I know you so crazy? You should have went somewhere else. Like, you should have been on, no, you can't even be Department of, no defense, because you were getting slammed. What could she have been on? What could she have been the face of? It should have been media, because WWE ain't chump, or WWF at the time when I saw it. It ain't chump. Your kids are heavy into it. And you guys went for education, where I'm pretty sure a lot of your wrestlers aren't super educated. They're like big and bulky and like lean and shit like that. I don't think they were exercising their brains, but that's just me making assumptions of them. I could be totally wrong about that. And I'm okay with it. Because you know why? I'm an American and not a journalist. So I'm going to keep going forward.
I'm just killing time.
To the next section. All right, let's go. And we're back from a commercial break. Yay. And it's time for the...
Wait, Jose! Jose, I got to tell you something!
All right. Welcome to the Ask Me a Question section, where people ask me random questions, and I really appreciate it. Where do I want to start? All right. Do I want to start funny, serious, or even more serious? Let's start with a serious sandwich. So let's go. No. I want to end it. Fuck it, let's get right to the shit. Somebody asked me, what do you mean Sinners was not an original piece? There is not another movie like it. You are way off. No, person, you are way off. You don't know a goddamn thing about cinema, and you have the nerve to come to my podcast and ask me about cinema? Are you restarted? Like, fam, next time, just go back to the last episode and listen to it again. All right? It is not an original piece. It's not even a horror piece. I said I don't even know what to make it as. Now, I've also said I see where they were taking it. They had good acting. They had great actresses. They had a great singer. It just fumbled the ball every now and then. I already mentioned that Ryan Coogler is a great director. I like his work, but every now and then he shits the bed. Now, you're going to really make me do this. You're going to really make... Your OG, the person that you're backing up, the person you're vouching for, even said, hey, this is kind of Tarantino base. Some of the shots you can see it from. All right. Think about it. Dusk Till Dawn. Vampires in a bar? What is sinners, vampires in a bar / blue spot? So what is your fight here? What did you what part was what piece to you was so original? We have a vampire that knows the Lord's words. They all do. They all do. They're all connected. They all feel each other. Have you never seen John Carpenter's Vampires? There's a bunch of things. And I hate the fact that you asked me this dumbass question that's making it seem like I don't fuck with them. Like I don't fuck with Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan and whoever the rest of the cast was, all right? But mostly Michael B. Jordan. Now, those are my examples. Those are my examples. Like, you can't poke holes into what I just gave you. Because he literally ran out and verbatim said, I think I have a screenshot. Because he was like, no, I took inspiration. And you're going to be like, oh, taking inspiration. Taking inspiration is not out of the norm. But you can't call it a fucking original piece. Because the original piece for that would be From Dusk Till Dawn. He said, inspiration from Dusk Till Dawn, The Faculty, in Salem's Lot, a Stephen King story. Stephen King actually has a good movie coming out that I want to go watch. It's called The Walk. Look up the trailer. But yeah. I'm not knocking it for it not being the movie. I'm knocking it for it being the movie that you guys think it is. I'm knocking it that is not what it really is. It's an okay movie. It's an okay movie. You want to have an okay movie night? Go watch Sinners. You could do it. It'll be fine. If you are coming to me saying that, oh, it's all original, it's this and that, we're playing. You're playing yourself. You're playing yourself. Put the lotion down. Put the fries in the bag, sir. You're doing too much telling me that you think that this is an original piece. It's really not. It's really not. Like, it's crazy that I have to say this in another episode. I said everything I needed to say in the first episode. Like, you're making me not a fan of that. Not a fan. But yeah. Was it an original piece? What part? What part? Come on. What part? Like, why are you playing these games? Go watch Sinners. You know what? Go watch it. You know what's crazy? People said I watched it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Why? The storyline wasn't that crazy. It wasn't a Marvel movie where you'll keep catching Easter eggs. Well, he did kind of drop an Easter egg that I'm wondering, because he dropped around the same time as the fast forward portion was the same time as Candyman. So I wonder if he's going to dibble and dabble with his hands in Candyman, because that's kind of right up his alley. Because the story of Candyman is a black man was murdered by white people. They put honey on him and he was stung to death, I believe. And then it's set on fire and all this shit. But yeah, if he could do that, okay. I don't think you can replace that great actor, because he was an amazing actor. That man did such a great actor. I was afraid of him for years. I've never seen him as anything else but that guy. Oh, that's Candyman and camo fatigue. That's Candyman as the dentist. That's Candyman as the ice cream guy. That's Candyman as the mortician. I've never seen, that's Candyman as the shop owner. I've never seen him as, oh, that's just a shop owner. That's his name. To this day, I don't know his name. I just know that's Candyman. I said his name way too many times. Are there any mirrors in here? Because I don't have time for this shit. The lenses, they reflect. Let me stop moving them out. Even if he does come, I'm showing homage. And I'll point them to some neighbors in this neighborhood. Hey, man, I can introduce you to more people other than me. And that low-key was kind of like about like interracial dating, because he was trying to get a white girl in all those movies. I think he did get the white girl in the first one. But then he went looking for more white girls. He got jungle fever. He got jungle fever. She got jungle fever. Huh. But yeah, dating white girls is pain. Mark that. All right, let's see what else I got. I'm gonna leave that for last. Do you ever feel disrespect? Do you ever get disrespectful ads on your IG Reels? Yes, all the time. I am not a fan of my phone listening to me. I am not a fan of it all because it's like the minute I get back on my phone after they just heard me have a conversation with somebody, it'll be like, oh, so you want ads for this now? No, it's not what I said. But disrespectful ads, yes. I get disrespectful ads all the time. There was, hey, are you diabetic? Who told you? Who told you? Are you in the market for sex toys? Do you know how crazy my ads were after I told you guys I was looking for sex toys? And I'm going to get them again because my phone is probably listening. And it's like, okay, do you have erectile dysfunction? I don't know now. I don't know, but you're probably going to tell me I do. So it's like, are you losing your hair? Yeah, I just cut it off last week. That's my headphones. But yeah, it's like they're always disrespectful. And when they're not disrespectful, I don't want the information. Like, hey man, are you trying to lose that gut for the summer? Fuck you, all right? I'm keeping it right where it's at. It's going to be here again for another summer, okay? Somebody over here bullshitting with me. But yes, I get disrespectful ads. But the most disrespectful ad, but it's not really an ad, would be from TikTok. It came up as a TikTok reel. And I like watching things on TikTok. I go through the TikTok timeline or the TikTok rabbit hole and just gone. So at one point I'm like, all right, Neil deGrasse Tyson said, oh yeah, there is another planet. This could be a thing. Oh, the sun is going to explode. Oh, we're doing this. Send them to El Salvador. All these things are coming up. And here comes TikTok. So if you want to learn how to make your ass clap, this is all you got to do. And it didn't help that the girl had ass. But I'm watching the tutorial and I'm like somehow taking in this information. And now I know how to make my ass clap. And I'm not a fan of that. This is not knowledge that I needed because I was always wondering, like, how do these girls make their ass clap? And some girls have enough ass that shit just claps when they walk. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. That's a fucking standing ovation. You hear that? You hear that clap? That's what that shit sounds like when they walk. Like that clap be crazy, son. And it's like, when I see that, I look at that ass and I'm like,
I love you. I want to take you away from all of this.
Like, damn. Like Olivia? Every time my kids see her. I mentioned the name in the beginning of the show, and I gotta block out names. I don't have time for this shit. But yeah. It's disrespectful and tasteless, if you ask me. And if you want to see how you can make your ass clap, follow the link in my description and my bio at On My Cool J. So yeah, disrespectful ads, get them all the time. Not a fan of. And it's like sexy singles in your area. I know, bitch, it's me. Like, I'm the sexy single. There's nobody else here. Everybody else here is married. This is a highly Spanish Guyanese area, which means they found their soulmate at 15. I can't compete with that. Can't compete with that. How am I going to compete with 30 years of love? Come on. But no, bitch, come on. Let me stop. All right, that was a lot. Woo. Let me move next to the next question. All right. Kanye West music video. What are your thoughts? Fuck you for asking me about that video. Because I have to play the music now. And I don't know how this is going to do with all of this shit that's going on. I don't know. I have no clue how to even play this. But if I have to give you a review, I got to give you a review. Let's see. New video. Now they don't want to show me it? That's crazy. That's crazy. Give me 1 second. They pulled it. They pulled the video off YouTube. Wow. Wow. I didn't even know you could do that. No, it's not right. It's not right for what you think. It's not right because there's other things on YouTube that are indeed racist. And it's still there. But they pulled his video as crazy. No. That's crazy. I have to find this now. That's crazy that they pulled the video. Shut up. All right, let's see. I shared it with somebody. Who did I share it to? I shared it. Did they take that down too? No, they didn't. Let's go. I do not support hate. Hate speech said in this video. I am sharing this audio only for research purposes and awareness.
Man, these people took my kids from me, then they froze my bank account. I got so much anger in me, got no way to take it out. Think I'm stuck in a matrix, when I fuck's my nitrous. Yes, I am a cook, I like when people fuck on my
What?
Dick. Shit that I'm posting on Twitter, they telling me, hey, don't say that. How niggas can't see me in public, I'm driving an all-chrome Maybach. With all of the money and fame, I still can't get my kids back. With all of the money and fame, I still don't get to see my children. Niggas see my Twitter, but they don't see how I be feeling. So I became a Nazi, yeah, bitch, I'm the villain.
Nigga, how Hitler? Nigga, how Hitler?
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter.
Nigga, how Hitler?
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. All my niggas.
I don't know if I don't know if I just jeopardized my show playing that because they took his video down. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. But all the reaction videos is there, and guess what? They're on my complexion, and they're like, "Hey, I don't know how I feel about this video. How do you feel?" But shut up. You know exactly how you feel about the video, and it's not fair that you can monetize off of that, but he can't monetize off his own music because at the beginning he is talking about like, "Yo, I am a cuck, and I like to see people fuck my wives." That's sexual fucking addiction, if you ask me. I don't know anybody that might be a fan of that. Or maybe that just happens when you get more money when you get older, but it's a little bit crazy. And he talks about not being able to see his kids. And the problem is that you can't knock the genius part from that man when it comes to music. Because as much as I did not want to, I was bopping my head like, yo, hold up. Can I get an instrumental? Can I get an instrumental? No, Serious Jones, not you. I don't think I can even get an instrumental. That's crazy. Let's see. Dave They banned it from all platform services. That's wild, bro. What is a super clean version of this? How do you clean up that? Wait. Oh, bitch. Nah. Censoring that proves his point. See?
My bank account. I got so much anger in me, got no way to take it out. Think I'm stuck in a matrix, when I fuck's my nitrous. Yes, I am. I like when people go mad. Shit that I'm posting on Twitter, they telling me, hey, don't say that.
How are you gonna clean this up?
Just can't see me in public, I'm driving an all-chrome Maybach. With all of the money and fame, I still can't get my kids back. With all of the money and fame, I still don't get to see my children. See my Twitter, but they don't see how I be feeling. So I became
Beat is hard.
Yeah, I'm the villain.
Okay. Yeah, you just stopped all the vocal from that part.
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter.
Nah, this part is hard. Amazing, bro. Like you playing that in your car with the bass, dum, dum, dum. That shit must sound amazing. But now the seeing that the video has been pulled from everywhere, because I literally saw the video yesterday on YouTube. Literally, not even like 12 hours ago. I saw it up there and that was gone. It's been banned from all platforms except for Twitter. But banned from all platforms. That leads Cadence into his conversation like, yo, they are censoring me. Because how are you gonna censor that song? And there's plenty of fucking other racist ass songs. What is the one from that movie? Racist song, American History X. Yeah, it's still here.
My eyes have seen the glory of the trampling at the zoo. We've washed ourselves in niggers' blood and all the mongrels too.
That's still there. That's still there. But they took down that song. That's crazy, bro. That leads more Cadence into his conversation. Even if it's like, it's him giving the message, it's like, yo, what else are you going to block? What else is there for you to block? That's wow. There's legit hate speech on YouTube and they just pulled his video. That's wild, bro. Like, stop playing with us. That wasn't done because of the video. That was done because of the lyrics. And I just played a song with degrading lyrics that's still on YouTube to this day, 186,000 views. 186,000 views and one, because I just played it. And it's like, that's been there for years. And it's like, you just pulled that. This is a whole different conversation. This is no longer, the music video is a group of black men standing together. They're doing whatever they're doing, and then they're saying the fucking chorus. And it's like, okay. And I kind of wanted to see how this clean version would go, because if they were to blur out the Hail Hitler shit and go with the, they don't understand me, nigga, Hail Hitler. And they just play nigga, then I'm like, yo, what are we doing here? Like, you have to like, oh man, that's crazy. I think he has a lawsuit. That's a lawsuit. I think that's a fucking lawsuit. He has a great, you see this, Drake? This is a case, an actual case. Not the shit you're wasting everybody's time with you versus Kendrick. I think him getting his shit pulled from YouTube is wild. And to be honest, I don't even know how much weight does this music really hold, because it's a black man perpetuating that stereotype, and they don't fuck with people of color. So it's like, how it's such an interesting subject. It's such an interesting field to talk on, because that brings us back to Dave Chappelle and the Black Klansman. And he was like, oh man, I don't like none of these people. And then he's like, wait, he's the biggest organizer for the chapter out there, and they don't know he's black. And then when he takes off his fucking mask, it's like, oh shit, that's a black man. The dude's whole head explodes. And it's like, yo, what is going on here? But yo, that, you just saw that in real time. I don't even know how I'm going to cut that up. But you just saw that in real time. Me witnessing that they just pulled his music from YouTube. That one song. And you couldn't say it was the audio. I mean, you couldn't say it was for the video. It's for the audio. The video is literally a group of men standing around and they're saying the fucking chorus. That's all it is. There's nothing wild about it. There's no swastikas anywhere. There's no fucking banners of Nazi memory. Nobody's dressed like a Nazi. Everybody's just standing around. At least that's what I saw. I didn't do a deep dive into it. But I'm like, there was no reason to pull that video other than to be like, it's racist. And even if you go, it's racist, you have to go and pull everybody's goddamn catalog off fucking YouTube too, just not Kanye West. See, that's the fight that we had when they were talking about R. Kelly. R. Kelly was like, yo, they're going to pull all my music And artists are like, no, you can't do that. One, it's very hard to, but people can't separate the artist from the music. I can. I'm fine. I still listen to Step in the Name of Love. He ain't touch me. But it comes down to, yo, if you're going to do that, it has to be all along the board, like across the whole line. Not just, hey, they can't do it. Because you got Elvis Presley that was sleeping allegedly with a 15-year-old, even though I know it's been documented, but I still have to say allegedly, but allegedly doesn't really protect me. Nobody's going for him. Not one person. Kevin Spacey's still doing fine. What's the other dude? Woody Allen, he's still doing fine. He was fucking clapping the girl from The Fifth Element, the little blue bitch. So yeah, I'm like, you have to pull a lot of shit. Where do you draw the line at is a better question. Like, what else are you guys going to like turn a blind eye to and be like, okay, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Beetlejuice. I'm just saying all the monsters' names. Beetlejuice. And the guy that the father in the original movie of Beetlejuice, he ended up getting, I can't even remember, but it was something to do with child pornography. I think they found child pornography on him. And instead of deleting the character, they killed off his character in the movie, but still kept him in the movie because he played a vital role. So what they did was they just had him get killed off in the movie by being, oh shit, my bad, spoiler alert, where they had a shark chew half his body off, and now you hear a voice, but you no longer see the face. Like, you can guess who the person is, but you no longer have to pay that actor for that role because it's somebody else voicing it. And there's workarounds, but I'm like, yo, to pull his whole catalog, not his whole catalog, that song is crazy. Well, no, I was just talking about R. Kelly. Yeah, trying to pull R. Kelly's whole catalog off fucking all DSPs. We're like, nah, you gotta get rid of other people. There's just not him. I'm like, stop attacking only groups and go for everybody if you're gonna be on that time. So yeah, I'm thinking about it now, and I'm already here. I'm in dangerous waters, and I think that the thumbnail I'm gonna use for this video is gonna land me in more hot water. I think the title, I'm going to name it because it's going to be offensive now, is going to land me in hot water too. Let's see if I still have a page after this. All right. So without further ado, let's go and move on to the next section, which will be... All right. Part-Time Lover is a section of the show that people like to fast forward to because they like the drama. If you don't know anything about Part-Time Lover is people submit their relationship questions and we try to give them an answer. Not to be confused with the Ask Me a Question section. Those are different questions, but the Part-Time Lover is strictly based for the lovers. And we try to give them information. They can help them, not help them. They could choose a pick. They don't have to take the information. They're just being hit with a different POV of what they're going through. So let me see what I got on the first question. My boyfriend listens to Kanye West. Let me stop. Oh, it's Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. I keep forgetting it's Mother's Day. And I have a mother. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to all the moms out there. You guys keep doing what you're doing, all right? Without you guys, the dads will have to do it, all right? And the dads do we stop. So let's see what I got. Come on, Siri. Is it because I made that joke? I know you're a woman. I get it. Equality.
Every year on Mother's Day, we go through the suggestion box to see on how I can make improvements on being a mother. This year, the major one was when am I going to get my hall pass? I think he wants to get with his physical therapist.
What?
This all-helpful bitch. I don't think I'm letting it happen this year.
There's a lot to take in. There's a lot to take in. I don't know where to start. You guys have a suggestion box? A suggestion box? You know what I call a suggestion box in my relationship? Her vagina. But it's crazy that you have a suggestion box. I've only seen that in workplaces. Tell me how you feel about the job. What improvements can we do? But never in a relationship. Your man must work in management to fucking do that shit. So that was the one big thing that I'm hearing. The second big thing is asking for a hall pass. And you know who the hall pass is for. But the third bomb that you just drew on me was his physical therapist. His physical therapist. He wants to fuck his physical. Bring that back. What do you mean he wants to fuck his physical therapist? How handicapped is he? Does it work? Does he need hymns? It's not an ad. So that's crazy. You know, if I would do that, if I was paralyzed and I needed to know, I would need to know if like Viagra or like hymns would put all the pressure, all the blood circulation to my legs and I would be able to stand up from there. Is that a thing? Has that been tried yet? Let me know. But damn, girl, he's trying to fuck the PT. She's already helping him get ready to walk up out of your life. That's crazy, son. She's whipping him up. And do you still keep her around? It's a hall pass for him, but I don't think it's a hall pass for her. Like, yo, you gonna fuck my husband in front of my kids? You're just gonna take it in front of my child? It's like, yo, that's crazy. That's some crazy. That's balls on that man. Balls on that man. Balls for him to bringing the suggestion box. That's wild. Ladies. If your man had a suggestion box, what would be the response that would piss you off? You're gonna be like, cold food. That's wild. You didn't fill my clothes on time. My socks are still hard. So yeah, that's wild. A suggestion box. You need to make one for him too. The fuck you mean? Only he could do it? You can't do it? The fuck you mean? Hold up. That's wild. Huh. I wouldn't give it to him. Just wait for your flowers, queen. Just wait for your flowers, all right? Let your flowers come in and bloom. And the minute his little mushroom tries to bloom, put him back in that fucking wheelchair, okay? You ever seen Diary of a Mad Black Woman? If he pisses you off even more, just throw him in the tub. I am not condoning violence. These are just suggestions. So you don't have to refer to the front of the tag. But yeah, that's wild. I'm trying to think what girls would put in a suggestion. Make it bigger. I can't. This is the size that it comes with, all right? Okay? I'm doing my best. All right. Let's see. Move on to the next section because that was a wild one. All right. Hey, I heard you was a wild one. Ooh.
My ex broke up with me after 5 years and married the next woman. What the fuck kind of dick move was that? How horrible is that? Or do you think I am the problem of the situation?
Okay, let's go.
Shout out to that man. If you don't let your wife or your girlfriend stop you from finding true love. All right, don't let them. The person that you're with today cannot be the person for the future. All right. Message. But damn, that's crazy. See, I think that was me and I was with a girl and we broke up and she married right away. I'd cry. You'd cry. We'd cry. Together. Oh. Because I'm not being a cuck. What do you mean we were together for 5 years? That we were together for 5 years and now you found love in a hopeless place? That's what you guys would be. I'll murder the fuck out of you. Allegedly. But yeah. That's crazy. Like they won't find the body.
Help me.
That's gonna be you, bitch. My bad. Let me help you out. I'm sorry. The only thing I could tell you, the only thing I could really tell you is, all right, man, some things aren't meant to be in life. You'll find something better out there. That can't be the best person for you because he clearly was not giving a shit about you. And you probably weren't paying attention to the signs, but there were signs that were showing you that he did not want to be there because marrying somebody right away after a relationship that's maybe have been bad is crazy, son. That could have been bad. Like, yo, like if I'm coming out of a break, I've came out of a breakup that was terrible. I was like, oh, I don't want to talk to none of you bitches. Oh God. So it's like, God, that's wild. I'll cry. I dead ass would really cry. Like I would be in my bed in the fetal position, trying to suck my. Where were we? Yo, so I wouldn't want to deal with people like that. That's things that like that's like a villain origin story. That's a villain arc. Like she left me for the mailman, and now they're happy. Now I'm not telling you to do anything mean to him. I'm telling you to work on yourself, queen. Be all that you can be in the U.S. Army. Not an ad. So, yeah. That's the only thing you could do. Like, all right, there was something that was going on. He was terrible at communication, or you're terrible at listening, which is still communication. And there was just a disconnect. And somebody felt like, all right, I'm tired of being unhappy and I want to be happy. Sorry that you're in a situation because you could have been the reason he's unhappy. Or maybe you both were unhappy and he had the balls to go do it. I don't know. I don't know the situation fully. This was a tiny ass question, but I do wish you the best and know that this isn't the end. Okay, this isn't the end. All right, you can move forward. You can find somebody. You could probably find somebody that's better. All right, you could do better depending on how you apply yourself. So, yeah, I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with what I just said to you, but that's my genuine response to you. All right.
Okay, let's go.
All right, thank you for listening to PTO, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. All right, so we're going to get out of. And we are at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. Meet me at the crossroads so you won't be lonely. So, thank you, everybody, to listen to this. Thank you for making it to the end. If you guys could please hit that like button or that subscribe button, that would truly help. It would truly help. It might go a little for you, but it's a big thing for... I hate that fucking line. But I have to start saying that now. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody that's really supporting me in this. Thank you. I appreciate everybody that shows love to this. And what I want to do before I get out of here is just say, shout out to you guys that are out there making things happen, getting things shaken, getting things popping, trying to get your goal achieved, setting your goals, making your goals, setting new goals. And I need you to understand that if you fall down, I need you to get your punk ass back up, because the world does not stop because you fumbled. It will keep on going. So I need you to get all right. The world does not stop because you did. And I just want to say shout out to everybody that's made my life better this week. God, that sounded so corny. So shout out to Kanye. All right, cousins. And I am your host.
On my Cool J.
AKA.
Wait, Jose!
AKA whatever this is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
Mr. Sarcasm.
That's me.
Really?
And
can you feel the tension in the air right now? I know I can. I can feel it all the way down to my plums.
I am going to get out of here.
Boom.
Peace out. Lovely people. Peace out. Peace out. Hopefully you guys like these angles. I was thinking about changing up the angles. I got tired of the old angles and looking at these new angles and Kurt angle. So I'm out of here. Peace.